Phoenix Suns have made multiple moves in bringing back a familiar face in Frank Kaminsky as he is committed on a training camp deal while also doing a G League deal, sending out Jahlil Okafor and another player for John Stockton Stun. So what has Mike Budenholzer, what has James Jones, what has Matt Ishbia been cooking up behind the scenes? We're going to break down and get into all of it and more in this episode of Suns Digest. I'm Bruce Velez. You guys have been killing it, showing your support, hitting that like button, hitting that subscribe button. CJ and I are ecstatic with you guys. So if you guys want to make sure you still stay in the Suns algorithm, keep smashing that like button to stay up to date. Without further ado, we're going to get into today's video at hand today. Starting off with the Suns bringing back a familiar face. And that's right, ladies and gentlemen. The Phoenix Suns went out and brought back Frank Kaminsky, and they went out and did it on a training camp deal. So let's get into the news for you guys here. Courtesy of Gerald Bourget, courtesy of the Phoenix Suns podcast, he said that Frank Kaminsky had been working out with the Suns for a few weeks, and now he's earned a training camp invite, with Evan Cedery following that up, saying that Frank Kaminsky has signed a training camp contract with the Suns per his agency at Priority Sports. Kaminsky spent 3 years with Phoenix from 2019 to 2022. And when I saw this report, I was a little perplexed. I do not remember the name of the person off the top of my head, but I did see a Suns reporter report this for Clutch Points. If you know who that reporter is, definitely give them their credit down below. But I saw them post an article for it on Clutch Points saying that they signed Frank Kaminsky back, and I was confused. I thought it was an old article or something resurfacing because I had seen nothing about this. There was no Woj bomb, well, no Woj bombs anymore, but no Shams tweet, no nothing. Everybody was mourning the loss of Zach Lowe leaving ESPN, and this just happened out of nowhere. And boom, Frank Kaminsky came back, I guess. Like Gerald was saying, he, I guess, had been working out in Phoenix the last couple weeks, has a home in Phoenix already, has a home here, so it was just living in Phoenix, hanging out, probably got invited to a camp, was just going out, hanging out, and has now worked himself to an Exhibit 10-day deal, which he'll be allowing himself to possibly earn that last roster spot with this team. So as I can see with this roster, with this team, in example of the Suns, they could use a guy in Frank Kaminsky helping out that front court and possibly being another center added to this depth. Or Frank Kaminsky could be seen on the Valley Suns team. We do know Frank Kaminsky is putting that work, is putting in that grind, and has been a solid player for us in the past. He's been viewed as a pretty decent big man scoring inside and outside. Last season, he did play overseas in Serbia, where he did spend a season over there. But now is looking maybe for an NBA revival for a little bit of a comeback. And Phoenix could be that spot. He already has some relevancy there, already has a home there, and could really integrate himself into that system. Like I said, it's going to be a long journey for Frank Kaminsky. He's on that Exhibit 10-day contract. He'll have to work himself to get to that standardized deal. But if he's working hard, putting that effort in, he could earn that 15th roster spot and be that last guy. And rounding out that kind of big man group with Yusuf Nurkic, Mason Plumlee, maybe even adding a player in Frank Kaminsky, also with adding some other pieces as well. Also, Gadaro, Bol being some young talents. It could be a nice competition room for that backup big spot. Something that Suns fans would like to see. Personally, I would like to see. Let me know what you guys think down below. Do you guys think Frank Kaminsky will help make an impact for this team? Do you think he'll eventually just be waived and brought to the G League? What are your kind of thoughts? What are your expectations? Drop down your thoughts in the comment section. But next, we're going to get into the next part of this video, which is the Suns making another G League trade. And as you guys know, we've had an abundance of videos breaking these down on the channel, talking about players getting traded left and right. As we all know, the Valley Suns are having their inaugural season this year, first season, and with doing that, they had an expansion draft. They were gifted a bunch of players, and some of these players they've looked to move on and trade in the last couple of weeks. We've seen Theo Maledon and Trevion Williams traded for Malami Diakite. We've seen Caleb Johnson being acquired as well. And now we have the newest trade happening with this Phoenix Suns team. We're going to get into that here. For the Phoenix Suns, courtesy of Dwayne Rankin, are doing a G League trade where the Valley Suns are trading returning player rights of Jaleel Okafor and Garrison Brooks to the Indiana Mad Ants for returning player rights of guard David Stockton. The Mad Ants are the Indiana Pacers G League team. And that's right, ladies and gentlemen. You might not have known that Jaleel Okafor was on this Valley Suns team, but he was on this team, was supposed to be playing for this G League, but he will not. He'll be trading alongside Garrison Brooks to the Mad Ants for David Stockton. And for those that do not know, David Stockton, yes, is the son of John Stockton. So this is kind of cool, kind of some good things to be added into this here. John Stockton's family member getting looked at by the Phoenix Suns. That could look good. I know the Jazz and the Suns were competing in the playoffs for those years, but hey, could be some shine, could be some growth, it could be some greatness being added to this Suns backcourt and being added to their G League. Like I said, this is a young G League team. They're looking to make their impact. They're bringing on a bunch of Exhibit 10 gig deals. They're bringing in a bunch of guys to their G League. They want to have a young, youthful program that's going to contend alongside the Suns' parent program, and I think that they're going to do so. If we want to look at some more announcements as well, we can see here that the roster for training camp has been announced for the Suns. As you all know, obviously Frank Kaminsky is not going to be on this list because he was just added, or maybe he is on this list. I don't know. There's an abundance of name. Some other players we talked about. Moses Wood is on here as well. But the Suns have waived some of these Exhibit 10 contracts that they've already signed. That's right. We've had some videos breaking them down. Courtesy of Keith Smith, we could see that the Suns did waive two people yesterday, waiving Tyrese Samuel and Jaden Shackelford. Now, Jaden Shackelford, I talked about on this channel as an OKC Dream player, brought a lot of promise, and I thought would be a perfect fit for the G League. I kind of already foresaw that kind of development already happening. And Tyrese Samuel was a little bit in the same boat. He played on the Summer League with this Phoenix Suns team, coming over from Florida, previously at Seton Hall the 4 years before that. Has some experience at the college level as a power forward and could definitely add some nice versatility to that wing department for this G League team. Both of these players, I don't believe, are ready to be qualified for two ways, be qualified for that NBA jump, but are definitely ready to be playing in the G League. Get some reps, get some run, kind of showcase their game to the Phoenix Suns. And like I've been saying and preaching, like I said, this is the first year for the Suns G League. So they have the lowest of expectations. They're expecting guys to come out, show out, and ball out. And if you can prove to yourself that you can be a young player for this franchise, for this development program, even if it's shown, hey, it might take them a year or two to get to that spot to be a 2A, they will buy into that. They will go with that because this Suns team just got this G League. They want to have this youth development. They're going to have that as an option. They don't have to just trade for certain star players or go for big names and try to win it all. They can have some young talent build, develop, and grow. And we've already seen the Suns pick that direction with waiving Nazir Little and EJ Liddell in favor of their rookies getting more playing time. So it only goes to show me the Suns are going to care about this development for the future in their franchise, and it's only going to be better for rookies and young players going to Phoenix and choosing that as a destination. But let me know what you guys think down below in the comment section. How do you guys feel about these moves? Frank the Tank coming back on an Exhibit 10 day. You think he'll make the roster? Do you not? How do you feel about Jaleel Okafor getting moved in a deal for John Stockton's son? He's coming in. How do you think he's going to impact this Valley Suns team? Drop down your thoughts down below in the comment section. Once again, CJ and I appreciate all your comments, all your thoughts, everything you guys have to say. So we really do appreciate your support. You guys have been killing it, showing it over here on Suns Digest. Media Day is right around the corner. That's right. Monday is Media Day. We'll have all the news breaking down everything revolving around this team on Monday afternoon. Make sure to stay tuned. So if you want to stay up to date, hit the like, hit the subscribe button, turn your notification bells on. Stay in tune with Suns Digest, and we'll have the news for you. Once again, I'm Bruce Veliz. You guys have been absolutely fantastic. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. If you're at this point of the episode, you're very much appreciated. And have a great rest of your day, Phoenix Suns fans. Enjoy your day, enjoy your weekend, and go Phoenix Suns.